Hey guys, Tim here, and I wanted to check in with. There's been this challenge that I think is universal that's been coming up in our Perfect Week coaching program pretty frequently, pretty regularly, and it's the challenge around people. Specifically, we're talking about hiring and attracting A players, and I think it's a universal challenge, especially when you've got your sales is exceeding your ability to keep up and hire good people. And where most business owners slip up is they get desperate and they hire too quickly. And I think we all know logically that you need to hire slow and fire fast, because hiring that wrong person, one bad apple, you invest 3 months of training in a person that doesn't work out, really costly, oftentimes tens of thousands of dollars, flush it down the toilet. And so, with these three strategies, I want to help you to eliminate the chance of that happening and increase your odds by creating essentially what is kind of like a magnet, where you are attracting the right people while at the same time repelling the wrong people from your job postings. And so, the example I want to give you, I'm sure we're all familiar with Indeed. So a platform like Indeed or ZipRecruiter, where you're posting your ads and hopefully you're getting good applicants and you're getting their interest and they're coming through your hiring process, you're interviewing them and hopefully making a good hire. So there are three strategies I want to share with you that will increase your batting average almost immediately if you do these three things. And thing number one is, if you were to go on Indeed right now and if you typed in sales account manager, you're going to see just a whole slew of job postings that all look the same, and they're generic. It just says, sales account manager, sales account manager. They all look the same. And what you're doing, if this is your strategy, is you're from a marketing term, is you're commoditizing yourself. They all look the same. So how do you expect to get people to stop and click on your specific job postings, even if you have the best of intentions? How do they know that? And in marketing terms, when you look at advertisements, for example, when you're hiring, it's the same thing. You're just trying to attract people to your job posting. In marketing terms, when you've got an ad, what you want to do, think about like Facebook ads. You want to grab their attention, get them to stop and say, "What's this all about?" long enough for them to pay attention so that you can convert them to click on that ad. So that's a conversion. A mini conversion takes place. Click on the ad. Now they're on your website. You want to turn them into a lead. You need to grab their attention and show them that it's worthwhile to put in their email in exchange for something of value, right? So conversion number two takes place, and so on until they eventually hopefully make a purchase, right? And the same is true with your job posting. The first conversion that needs to take place is from looking at that job title that you have and long enough to click so that they can invest their attention to actually read through your job description. How do you do that? Strategy number one is by creating a modifier on your job ad description. What do I mean by that? Well, create a modifier such as outstanding sales account manager or all-star sales account manager. Something that is just makes them stop and say, wait a second, this looks a little bit different. This is a little bit different than everything else here. Sales account manager, outstanding sales account manager. Now, this is just an example. I mean, use your imagination, but it has to be different, somewhat outstanding for them to say, this looks a little bit different. I'm intrigued. My curiosity's been piqued. Click. Now they've clicked. You've got that first conversion. They're looking at your job description. Now comes the fun of creating that magnet that we were talking about, right? And so how do you attract the right people while at the same time repelling the wrong people? What you're going to see on most job ads is, okay, sales account manager, responsible for managing a territory, nurturing relationships, managing the CRM system, hitting sales targets, quoting, blah, 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 boring. They're all going to say that. What you want to have in addition to that are your core values. So what do you stand for in your business? Because A players, great people, are attracted to a company that has a greater mission, a greater purpose, and a soul. Think SpaceX, think Tesla. They've got a big, colonize Mars. Why do you think they're attracting amazing people? They've got a purpose that transcends here, sell our widget and make some commission on the side. Boring. You're not going to attract A players that way. So talk about your core values. So for us, for example, we talk about we care about giving back and serving the community. We volunteer every quarter. We have blood drives. We give back. We donate to the food bank. This is a big part of our company. It's really important to us. Another core value that we have and that we believe in is a results-only work environment. This isn't for everyone. If you are the type of person that would rather have your actions speak louder than words, or in other words, if it takes an hour to do something versus 40 hours to do something, being busy, we don't value that as much as we do achieving a result. That's the kind of work environment we have. And by describing your core values in this way, I want to repel the people that should probably be working for the government that aren't attracted to accountability. And so that little description there, you're going to attract, athlete type people who are used to being held accountable. Look at the scoreboard, check out my results, especially for roles like sales. My results are going to speak for me. So you want to attract people like that by talking about your core values. And I would say 9 times out of 10, when I ask people in an interview, what compelled you? Why did you apply for this job? They'll say your core values really stood out. I was looking through every other job ad. Your core values really stood out. So that's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3, at the very top, I will post a video that says, before even looking through this job ad, watch this quick video to see if it's a good mutual fit. The video, I use a tool called Loom, LOOM.com, and I will shoot a video of me on the computer saying, hey, Tim Uchuk here, president, just wanted to give you a background on our company, what we stand for. Here's our website, here's what we do, here's our history, here's what we stand for. If this sounds like a good fit, I would love to get the chance to hopefully meet you and in an interview. If it does sound like a good fit, please feel free to apply below. So having this in addition to the core values, 9 times out of 10, when we ask them, why did you apply? They say, I could see myself working with you. You guys seem like a really down-to-earth, different company than everybody else on here, right? So we're differentiating ourselves, which is attractive to A players, and we're repelling B players, hopefully for the most part. And so now we're increasing the velocity of fish being attracted through conversion number 1, they clicked. Conversion number 2, they watched the video. They read the core values. Now they're hooked. They are interested. Now they apply, and you have solved right there by doing these 3 things the majority of the problem when it comes to getting people to even care about your ad. And as mentioned, you can boost it. That's going to help. For sure it will. But if you want to increase your conversions and get more fish into your hiring funnel, great way to do it. Bonus in Indeed, what you can do is you see those reviews with the stars underneath. If you don't have any, just by having them alone, again, you're going to be outstanding somewhat. And what you can do really quickly is ask everyone in your team, go on Indeed, fill out a review, give us 5 stars. You're going to be that much more compelling, and you're going to stand out that much more. Now, if you get, let's say, depending on where your business is located, if you're in a huge area where you can get hundreds of applicants potentially, you're going to want to have a system to be able to handle that flow and filter them properly, so you're not spending all of your time in interviews and going through resumes. So if you're interested in that strategy, this is one of the things that we teach in our Perfect Week coaching program, which is how to set up an automated hiring funnel so you don't need an HR manager or anyone. You can have people, when they apply, they automatically get into an automated sequence where it checks to make sure they've got a brain, they know their left hand from their right hand. It checks problem-solving skills, all that kind of stuff. So you want to set up filters and automate those things so that if you have 100 people applying, you want to get the cream of that, right? So you want to quickly and automatically filter the best of the best and only spend your time on the best of the best. So you're going to free up your time. You're going to increase your odds because there's more fish coming through of finding A players, and you're going to have a huge competitive advantage when it comes to finding great people. And when the average of your company and your team becomes that much better, higher by higher by higher by each hire than your competition, the average, because we're really the average of our team and our business, right? You want to always be up in the game, upping that bar of your hires, each and every hire. And if you continue to go about it in this way, hire slow, fire fast, you'll be amazed at the team you'll be able to assemble in 6 months, 12 months. Incredible. So 3 things, right? Change the title with the modifier, add your core values, give your ad a little bit of your description, a little bit of soul, so you're attracting through your core values, right fit, repelling wrong fit, and try throwing that video in the top using loom.com, describing your business so you stand out, you're differentiated. They're going to say, you guys seem different. That's attractive to A players, and you're going to increase your odds of finding much better hires, which is really going to impact your business. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. Also going to drop a link if you're interested in our Perfect Week coaching program. It's bookwithtim.com, but I'll also drop the link below. All right, guys, thanks. Hope that was helpful. Bye for now.